Why, hello there guys, and welcome back to not only surviving but thriving, living in Thailand on a limited budget with me, your crazy kooky host. Yes, it is Thailand's happiest hobo, bringing you a rather unique twist on a cost of living video. Listen, I've done so many of these videos, I can do them blindfolded, to be honest with you. And the problem with that is every single video is the same. My booze budget is this, my entertainment budget is that, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter where I go in the country, my budget is going to be pretty much the same, and quite honestly, I'm sure it's getting boring for you guys watching these videos. So I spent some time up in Hua Hin, which I think is the ultimate retirement destination for, let's just call it, an older crowd here in Thailand. So I wanted to do an actual cost of living budget video for Hua Hin for people who are ready to retire, lay back, kick back, and enjoy a slower paced life. So what I've done, guys, I've actually talked to a friend of mine named Jack, who is a 69-year-old retired American living in Hua Hin. He used to live down in Phuket. That's how we became friends, because of the channel, etc., etc. And I went up, spent some time with him, got to know the city, got to see how he's living, and I wanted to show you guys what a realistic budget is for a retired person. Not someone like myself, not a nomad who's running around doing this, running around doing that, but an actual person who is of retirement age that has moved to Thailand and picked what I think is, again, the ultimate retirement destination, and that is Hua Hin. So guys, this is Jack's budget for the past month. Jack lives on a fixed income. He has a 40,000 baht a month budget. Sometimes he goes over. For the most part, typically he's below that. So I want to show you guys what Jack does in a month, how he lives, what type of enjoyment he has, entertainment, lifestyle, companionship, and where his money goes and how he spends it. So guys, this is completely different. I hope you enjoy it. If you are thinking about coming to Hua Hin and you're anything like Jack, this is the lifestyle that you can expect to have and what it's going to cost you to live that lifestyle here in absolutely happening Hua Hin, Thailand. Healthcare. This is a big one, and I'm going to tell you something. Jack's situation is pretty typical of a lot of guys who are here in Hua Hin and actually in all of Thailand. Jack cannot get health insurance. He does not have health insurance, okay? Several different reasons why. He has pre-existing conditions that pretty much eliminate him from being able to get health insurance, and his age makes it incredibly difficult for him to insure himself. He has tried and tried and tried, and he's either being denied coverage all of the time, or the premiums are so outrageous that he simply could not afford to do it. He's getting quotes of $2,000 and $3,000 a month, which again is just, it's impossible. I don't think there's too many people out there who can pay $2,000 or $3,000 US a month for their health insurance and try to live in Thailand at the same time, especially not someone who is on a budget. If you're one of these guys who has an unlimited bank account, yeah, I guess it's not going to be a problem for you. But Jack is essentially rolling the dice on his healthcare, which I'm going to tell you, the majority of guys that I have met at his age are doing the exact same thing. They are doing their best to mitigate any existing problems that they have, such as Jack with his blood sugar issues that have forced him to eat in a certain way so that he hopefully can wean himself off of the medication that he is on. He currently right now is paying 2,500 baht a month, which is right around $75 US for his medications. He was telling me that if he was in the United States and he was under his insurance program that he had back there, it would be about $30 he would be capped at what he would have to spend. If he did not have that insurance, it would be over $1,000 a month for his medication. Now, Jack will tell you that he really doesn't want to spend the 2,500 baht a month, so he's doing everything that his doctors are telling him here to take and get himself to the point where he doesn't have to take this medication. So he has cut out all of the booze. He has cut out a lot of the different foods that he really loved and enjoyed and has gone to a more healthy, balanced diet just to try and get it so that he's not spending that 2,500 baht a month on stuff that hopefully he can regulate himself through a proper diet and exercise. Dental work. I myself have had dental work done in Thailand, and the dentists are fantastic. The clinics are amazing. They're clean. They're top notch. They are world class and unbelievably affordable. So last month, Jack had to have one tooth worked on. It had a crack in it. They fixed everything, and it was 1,000 baht, guys. 30 bucks to have his tooth completely, totally fixed. I'm not sure what that would cost in North America now, but I can tell you this much: when I lived there, that would be $300 or $400. Especially if you have no coverage, it is crazy expensive. Now, Jack also had to have some blood work done because of his ongoing situation, again with his blood sugars, etc., etc. And he spent 1,200 baht on a consultation as well as blood work, which again I think is fantastic. So overall, this month is 2,500 baht, which is 75 US dollars for his medications. He spent $30 on his tooth and about $35 on blood work, which again, I think that is phenomenal when you look at it. So all in all, he was right at 140 US dollars for medical healthcare. And again, he does not have insurance. Now, one thing I can definitely say is this: if you were ever to meet Jack, there is no possible way you could guess his age. There's nobody in the world that would believe that this man is 69 years old. He has the heart of a kid. He's got the adventureness. Every single thing that I would love to be when I get to be that age, that is Jack. I'm amazed at how active he is. He gets out, he goes on adventures. Look, we finished a pretty hard bike drive going to this special temple that I wanted to see. We were out for 4 days, 3 nights, and we had a fantastic time. And what he has done here in Hua Hin, he's changed up his lifestyle completely from what he was doing down in Phuket. He's not going to bars. Not that he did that a lot down there, but here he's not down in soy bindabat all the time. He's not on soy 80. Yes, he will go down once in a while and have, a little drink here, a little drink there. Not alcohol, which I'll get to later on. But, for the most part, he's just getting out active. And you can find all kinds of different groups here that you can join. Pickleball leagues. There's motorcycle tours that go everywhere. Guys that get together on the weekends, they do these incredible adventures. They drive for a couple 100 kilometers. Maybe they're going to a special temple, a beach, a mountain view, anything, a special restaurant. He's having the time of his life. And one thing that he tells me all of the time, when he's talking to his friends or his family back at home, they cannot believe how active he is and all of the fun that he's having. So please understand that, yes, again, there's certain people that think that Thailand's just one form of entertainment, but it's not. There's so many things you can do here to live an unbelievable, fulfilling, fun, exciting life. Not only that, you can live an incredibly healthy lifestyle here too. Please keep that in mind. And as we get older, we have to think about that. Jack has some pre-existing health conditions that he has to, think about and essentially work his life around. But he has an incredible life. And I will say this much again: if I am so lucky to make it to 69 years old, I hope I have his life. That's how fantastic it is. Now, it is hard to take and determine how much Jack does spend on entertainment because typically he just puts it into his food budget because that's typically what he's doing for entertainment. He's going someplace to eat. He's going someplace to talk to people. However, I do know this for a fact. Last month, he did go on a 4-day, 3-night vacation with me. We went on this really cool motorbike tour, saw all kinds of fantastic things. And with the hotel deals that I was able to get us on Agoda, and the fact that, again, we had our own bikes and stuff like this. And he loves to eat the local foods, the local cuisines and stuff like this because he's able to, express to them how he likes it cooked, etc., etc. 2,425 baht is all he spent for a 4-day vacation. Fantastic. I was a little bit higher than that, I had a few beers on top of it, but yeah, unbelievable deal for him to be able to go away. That's what, about $75. Fantastic. And he had the best time. It was just, and I'll be honest with you, I hope when I'm 69 years old, I'm like that. I really do. Like, if I could aspire to be anybody, it's him, because he's living the absolute best life he possibly can. Groceries. Some people really like to cook their breakfast at home, and I fully understand that. Jack is definitely one of those people. So he does have a grocery bill. And this just includes like his eggs, his bacon. There's a certain sausage from Villamart that he loves, which is a little bit expensive compared to the local stuff, but it's something that he really enjoys for himself. So 960 baht, which is right around 27 US dollars. Might be a little bit less than that, but yeah, fantastic deal for his groceries. That includes some fresh fruit every once in a while, bread to make toast, coffee, etc., etc. And he typically has his breakfast at home. Sometimes he will pick up a salad or something like that, leave it in the fridge. The next morning he'll eat that for breakfast. But he does try to eat a very healthy, very balanced breakfast. 960 baht, less than 27 US dollars a month on his groceries. As with a lot of people, one of Jack's major expenses is his food. And typically, just like me, Jack's food budget is right around equal to his accommodations. He is spending on average 9,000 baht a month on his food. Last month, 8,662 baht, which is right around 250 US dollars. So he is pretty consistent with that. Now, he eats an incredibly healthy diet. I know a lot of you guys are going to talk about, oh, you know, it's all fried food, the oils and stuff. Believe me, Jack is eating the healthiest diet that he possibly can, because he does have this blood sugar issue. He's got some other pre-existing conditions that he is trying to balance out and, you know, combat with his diet and his health exercise program. So he is eating extremely healthy. He's going to some nice restaurants, but for the most part, they're typically Thai restaurants. And if he does want some Western food, he's going to the night markets. The night markets here in Hua Hin are unbelievable value. I'm going to tell you this much. I was blown away by the prices at the night markets, where you could get Mexican food, you could get pizzas and stuff. And this was typically half the cost of down in Phuket. So eating here in Hua Hin is unbelievably affordable. There's so many options. There's vegan, there's, you know, vegetarian, there's Italian, Mexican, you name it, you can find it here. And some of the foods are unbelievable. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, the brats and the sausages, the hot dogs at the Chang night market on Soy 88, out of this world good and so cheap. They're like 75 baht for this. It's a meal in a bun. It's fantastic. And Jack will go to these night markets, and he's not overeating. He's not stuffing himself, but he's not starving to death. Let's get that crystal clear. He's eating all of the food that he needs to eat to maintain a healthy lifestyle, and he is living an incredibly healthy lifestyle, especially over the last 8 months since he has moved to Hua Hin and gotten off of Phuket. It has changed his health dramatically. Fantastic for him. So yeah, he's averaging 9,000 baht a month, which is again right around 270 US dollars. Last month, 8,662 baht. I think that's incredible, because again, I was with him for a couple of weeks up in Hua Hin, went out with him, saw what he was eating, and he's eating fantastic foods. Once in a while he's having a hamburger, but it's pretty rare that he's having a hamburger because of the buns, etc., etc. But unbelievably healthy. And man, I'll tell you something. Again, I aspire to be Jack when I'm that age, if I'm lucky enough to get to that age. Just what an incredible way to, you know, balance your money and budget your money, because he's enjoying his food. He's, you know, having some of the most incredible meals all of the time, and it's not as crazy as people think it has to be. Life is not all about Instagram and likes, guys. It truly isn't. It's about enjoying the meals for yourself and making sure that you're eating a healthy, balanced diet. So if I've said it once, you've heard me say it once. You cannot live in Thailand without going to the massage shops. And Jack definitely does. He goes once a week, 4 times a month, and he spends 400 baht every time going. That includes his tip. So he is right around 12 US dollars for his massage, and he goes 4 times a month, which works out to be right around 48 US dollars. He goes typically for a foot massage because he has a problem with his right foot, where if he's walking for an extended period of time, it cramps up on him and he has to stop. So the only way that he's able to deal with that, there's no medication for it. He has to go for these massages, and it helps him fantastic. Once in a while, he will switch it up and get a full Thai massage, but for the most part, he's going for foot massages. I was actually to the massage shop that he goes to. It's a very nice place, professional. The girls were fantastic, and just a great experience overall. So yeah, Jack is 48 US dollars a month on his massages, which I think is fantastic. Now I want to take a quick minute out and just talk about social media and what you guys are seeing on TikTok and Instagram and even Facebook, YouTube. There's all kinds of guys running around Bangkok and Pattaya, down on Phuket, showing these incredible nightclubs and these rooftop bars, etc., and talking about how expensive it is. And I'm going to tell you this much. It's fucking crazy expensive to go to some of those clubs. Cafe Del Mar down on Phuket is probably one of the most famous beach clubs that we have. It is crazy expensive to go there. Some of these rooftop bars in Bangkok, like this one here, yes, it looks fun, but I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to find a lot of 60-some-year-old guys there unless, they're with 20-year-old chicks trying to impress them. For the most part, guys that are coming to Hua Hin are not living that type of lifestyle at all. They're slowing down. They're enjoying themselves. They're, meeting like-minded people, going out in groups, getting together with the guys on the weekend, sitting there talking sports or bikes, etc., complaining about their girlfriends, whatever. But for the most part, people are not living that crazy lifestyle here. Yes, there are 1 or 2 YouTubers down in this area that are a little, off the charts, off the rails with their fun and their antics, but they're younger guys. They're not, in their 60s, guys who, work their whole lives and are just trying to, again, get a lot for their baht here in Thailand. Now, why I wanted to do things differently in this video and not just give you my cost of living, because typically my cost of living is going to be pretty much the same any place I go. I have a set amount of money, and that's, for the most part, what I'm going to spend. If I'm not spending it here, I'm going to spend it there. If I'm not spending it there, I'm going to spend it here. One place where Jack and I differ greatly in our budgets is our booze budget. Obviously, the doc drinks a little too much. We all know that. There's no question about that. Jack, however, barely drinks at all. When he was living down in Phuket, whenever we went out, he would have like a gin and tonic. Very rare did I ever see him have a beer. And if he was having a beer, he was having a San Miguel Light. As I found out, the reason for that is because he does have some issues with his health. So he is not spending a lot of money drinking. Typically, cheers to you, mate, 200 baht a month. He averages 1 beer a week, and that is a San Miguel Light, because that does not with his blood sugars, and it's what he enjoys to drink. Not me. Anyways, so his booze budget is pretty much non-existent. And I was shocked by how many of the guys that Jack is hanging around with in these motorcycle groups and, just his core social groups that he belongs to that don't drink. They're not sitting in bars all the time. They're not sitting there wasting their money that way. They're out, again, enjoying themselves. They're living an active, healthy lifestyle. So, yeah, a lot of these guys, their booze budget is monthly, equivalent to mine, like hourly. It's hilarious. So, cheers to him. I don't think I could do that, at least not at this stage in the game. But, yeah, his booze budget, 200 baht. Really, we shouldn't even talk about it because that's less than his cell phone bill. Yeah. Now, I have to admit, I do find it kind of funny that in my last video about can you live in Thailand on less than $1,000 a month, I had people in the comment section ripping me apart because I was talking about having to buy toilet paper and toothpaste and toothbrushes and stuff like this. And some people were actually saying that, oh, if you can't afford to buy toothpaste, you can't afford to live in Thailand. Well, here's the problem with that thought process. These are budget videos. These are cost of living videos. I'm trying to tell you what you're going to be spending your money on, where you're going to be spending your money, and how much it's going to cost you to actually live here. And sadly enough, unless you're the most disgusting person in the world, you are going to need toothpaste, you're going to need toilet paper, you're going to need deodorant, and there's certain essentials that you have to buy every single month. Deodorant, shaving cream, razors, etc., shampoo, soap. Well, shampoo if you need it, unlike me. 625 baht is what Jack spent on the essentials last month, which is right around 19 US dollars. And thankfully, he does use deodorant. Now, I will say this much. If you have any friends who are coming over and they ask you, oh, what can I bring you? Is there anything that you miss? Get some stick deodorant sent to you from someone back home. It's one of the best gifts you can bring someone that you know that lives in Thailand, because it is so hard to get stick deodorant here. And those little canisters or little bottles of the roll-on deodorant, they don't work really well, and you're going to be using a lot of it, guys. Trust me, it's the way it is. I appreciate anyone who has a higher budget for their deodorant. Believe me, everybody appreciates it. Now, also, one expense that Jack has that I obviously do not have is haircuts. 69 years old, and he's lucky enough to still have a full head of hair. Doesn't grow as fast as it used to, which is good for him because it works out well for the budget. Gets it cut once a month, and it is 200 baht, which is 6 US dollars to get his haircut. That includes the tip that he gives the barber. So he is right around 25 US dollars a month for his personal grooming. So you do have to try and look good for the ladies, okay? So Jack does go and he buys himself new t-shirts every single month. Now, last month he did go a little bit overboard because, again, we did go on that vacation. So he did spend a little bit more than what he typically does. However, get a load of this, guys. He bought 4 t-shirts plus a Hawaiian shirt, and it cost him 660 baht. The t-shirts are 100 baht each, and I can tell you this much, driving around Hua Hin, I found all kinds of pop-up stores, even regular stores that had t-shirts, polo shirts, all at 100 baht. They had these really nice polo shorts. They're knockoff Ralph Lauren's. However, they looked great. I bought myself a couple of pair. They were 50 baht each, okay? That's $1.50 for a pair of shorts, and I love these shorts. I think they're fantastic. They're comfortable. They're extremely well made, and I will be shocked if these things do not last a year or two. So Jack's clothing budget typically is he buys himself a couple of shirts and maybe a pair of sunglasses once in a while. So usually he's about 200, 250 baht every single month. However, last month, because we did go away, he wanted some new t-shirts and that Hawaiian shirt, which are so popular here. I even have one. As ugly as the fucking thing is, I actually have one. So Jack spent right around 20 US dollars last month, and that got him 4 t-shirts plus a Hawaiian shirt. Now, he did buy a pair of sunglasses when he first got to Hua Hin because his got so splattered with bugs that he just needed a new pair. And he bought a pair at a pharmacy. He paid 399 baht for these sunglasses, and they're actually really nice sunglasses. They're polarized. Look, my sunglass budget would blow your mind, trust me. However, his 400 baht sunglasses are actually so nice, I bought myself a pair. I really did. I wear them all the time on the bike. I love them for driving. Never gonna wear them in one of these videos because I can't get away from the Ray-Bans, but they're nice glasses for 400 baht. You don't have to break the bank to, dress yourself here because nobody cares how you're dressed. I mean, look at the way I dressed. These are ugly as sin, yet I love them. Anyways, yeah, 20 bucks for clothing. Typically, Jack is around 7 to 8 US dollars a month for his clothing, but last month he splurged. Now, one thing that Jack did that was incredibly intelligent was that he knew he was going to be living here long term. So when he got here, he bought a bike. He didn't want to be making that monthly payment to someone, especially knowing that down in Phuket, they changed the monthly rates depending on the season. So yes, in low season, it's not so bad, but you get to high season, and some of these guys want 6,000 and 7,000 baht a month for some of these bikes. So Jack was very, very smart, and he bought a bike. Unlike me, I spent way too much money renting bikes in the beginning. Now, luckily enough, I have a couple, but in the beginning, yeah, I was wasting a lot of money monthly on bike rentals. So Jack was very smart about that. He bought a Honda Forza, which he ended up selling and bought another one, okay? So when he sold it, he lost about 5,000 baht on it, but he drove it for an entire year. So it was about 400 baht that it averaged out for him to ride that bike. Now, his Forza that he has now, he's driven it all over. It's a fantastic bike, and he has no payments on it at all. He is spending right around 900 baht a month on gas, and he drives a lot, okay? So 900 baht is right around 27 US dollars. Fantastic. He also does have insurance on the bike, registration on the bike, but that's a minimal amount every month. It works out, if you average it out throughout the year, it's about 125 baht, which is right around $4. So he's 31 bucks a month, every single month for his bike. Again, granted, he owns the bike. However, I'm going to tell you this much, guys. If you're coming here by yourself, if you're coming here to live long-term on a retirement visa, etc., buy yourself a bike and maintain it well. Because when you go to sell it, you're going to be able to sell it for pretty close to what you paid for it. I'm not saying go buy a brand new bike, because as soon as you start that bike, the depreciation hits it. Buy a bike that's a couple of years old with some low kilometers on it, get it tested, get it looked over by a mechanic, make sure you know what you're buying, you know what you're doing, and you will come ahead every single time on this, guys. This is one of the best tips I can give you for saving money here, because again, during certain seasons, you're going to be paying a lot more for that bike than you should be. And this is one of the things that Jack did that I thought was really smart. Bought his own bike as soon as he got here and saved himself a lot of money. I'm going to guess he has saved himself probably 50,000 baht in the 2+ years that he's been here just by owning the bike himself. Fantastic. When he goes to sell this new one, he's going to be able to sell it pretty close to what he paid for it. So at the end, it's going to cost him maybe 250 baht every single month to ride. I'm not going to include that in here because who knows what he's going to sell it for. He might even be able to sell it for what he paid for it. That's how well he maintains this bike. Now, maintaining a bike here is dirt cheap. You should have the oil changed every 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers. The brakes are cheap. They really are. I change my brakes when I get my oil changed, and I'm about 600 baht a month on that because I'm doing a lot of driving. Jack tells me that he's not spending that much. He is right around 300 baht a month to maintain his bike. So his bike is costing him, with the gas, 900 baht, with the maintenance about 300 baht, and then again about 125 baht for the license and the insurance. Guys, that's what a smoking deal. That's only 1,325 baht a month, which works out to be right around 40 bucks. Fantastic. Now, one of the determining factors for Jack when he left Phuket was, again, to get a lot for his baht. And one way he was able to do that was with his accommodations. Now, down on Phuket, he was living in, I'm going to be pretty fair with this, a studio hotel unit type room. It just had a queen size bed, a desk, a shower. That is it. Nothing fancy. There was no place to sit other than the little tiny desk. 9,000 baht is what he was paying for that. He was on Nanai Road, and if you know Patong at all, a lot of foreigners who are on budgets live on that road because you can get incredible deals on these studio type units. Now here in Hua Hin, Jack has a full 1-bedroom condo in a pretty much brand new building with a beautiful gymnasium, fantastic pool, and it is completely, totally modern. He even has a sea view. It's not a great sea view, but I will say this much, it is a sea view from his balcony. Everything in it is incredibly modern. I think all of the furnishings and the hardware, such as the kitchen cabinets, etc., are all from IKEA. It actually looks very nice, and it's 9,000 baht. What a difference to be able to go from essentially a shitty studio in an older rundown building to this beautiful modern one-bedroom, dedicated one-bedroom. This is not one with the glass sliding walls. This is actually a full bedroom with air conditioning in the bedroom as well as air conditioning in the living room. And the shower and bathtub, the shower and the bathroom are separate, which I think is a fantastic idea. So he has a shower and a sink that is separate from from his toilet and a sink, which again, I think that's fantastic. You have people over, maybe you don't want them seeing your full bathroom. I think this is a great concept. I've been to his place in Hua Hin, and it is about a 5-minute drive, even during heavy traffic from downtown Hua Hin. So if you're thinking about, Soi Binta Bat and that stuff, that area is being downtown, he's about 5 minutes away from that, heading down the main road to Cha Am. Great location, beautiful building, quiet, 5-minute walk to the beach. Now, the beach is not that great. There's a lot of local fishermen down there and stuff, but it is still a 5-minute walk to the beach. And he does have, again, like I said, a sea view. 9,000 baht, which is $270 a month for a one bedroom. Again, a fully dedicated one bedroom. And his power is not included in that, nor is his water. His power bill is averaging about 700 baht a month, which is right around $21. And he does use the air conditioning, and he does cook at home sometimes with a one of those flat stovetop things, and does watch TV, obviously, etc., has fans as well. And he is averaging right around 700 baht a month. Last month it was 675, which was a little bit lower, but he had also gone for about a week's vacation someplace. And yeah, fantastic deal. His water there is done quarterly, and every single time he gets his bill, it has been 120 baht, which works out to be 40 baht a month. I don't even know why they bothered charging him that, because that's what, about $1, that's $4 US. Wi-Fi. There is free Wi-Fi in the building. Jack does not use the Wi-Fi, which I will get to in a few minutes. He uses his phone, or he uses a wireless router thing that he has, a portable router. He does not use the Wi-Fi in the condo at all. Visas. You guys know I hate talking about visas because, again, I'm not educated in them enough to fully explain to you about them, and it is far too important of a subject to just get your knowledge from a talking head like me. That being said, Jack is on the retirement visa, and here's one thing, guys, I'm going to point out to a lot of people that I don't think anybody talks about in any of these Thailand videos, and it's this. If you are on a limited budget and you do not have the financial means to prove to the Thai government that you are able to qualify for the retirement visa, which is about $1,900 a month coming in, or the ability to deposit 800,000 baht, which is right around 23,500 into a Thai bank account, you're going to wind up paying more for your visa than someone who can. Hear me out for a minute, because there's all kinds of visa companies that will help facilitate this process for you. They will essentially give you the 800,000 to put into the bank so that you have it there. However, you're paying for that. Now, it costs you 1,900 baht to buy or pay for your retirement visa if you do everything by yourself. Typically, if you're going through a visa company, it is about 24,000 baht. And I will say this much, I talked to several different guys who are in Hua Hin living on modest budgets. They all are in the same situation and they are all paying a visa company to take care of it for them. So they're averaging 2,000 baht a month. And this person, Jack, is in the exact same position where he is paying a visa company and it costs him on average 2,000 baht a month, which really, I mean, $60 a month to live in Thailand is a smoking deal. However, if you do have the ability to do it yourself, apply yourself and qualify for it, you can live here for 1,900 baht for the entire year. But as it is, Jack's budget every single month is $60 for his visa, the privilege of living in the kingdom. Now, as I had mentioned earlier, Jack does not use the Wi-Fi, the free Wi-Fi in his condo because I'm not sure if this is typical with a lot of the older guys, but he does not trust open Wi-Fi. It's a lot like I don't trust online banking. Even with a VPN, he doesn't trust it. So he actually has this portable Wi-Fi thing that he uses, and he pays 350 baht a month for that. And then he also has his cell phone package. Now, quite honestly, Jack, I don't understand, brother, why you're using the portable Wi-Fi thing, because your cell phone has Wi-Fi and data on it all the time. But yeah, he does not want to ever use free Wi-Fi. So he is paying in total for his condo as well as his cell phone, 700 baht a month, which again is right around 21 US dollars. Smoking deal, but he could cut that in half by just getting rid of this portable router Wi-Fi thing that he has. Now, Jack was a little bit embarrassed to talk about this. However, we do have to touch on it. And that is that other basic essential need that every guy has, companionship. Now, I talked to a bunch of different guys up there and they all told me the same thing. Again, that once you get to be a certain age, it's not something that you're looking for on the daily or even weekly basis. Typically, most of the guys are having an experience every 2 weeks, so essentially twice a month. And up here, it is right around 2,000 baht an evening. So that's a girl coming, spending the night with you, fulfilling your needs, making you feel like a kid again. And yeah, it's about 2,000 baht for an enjoyable experience, 4,000 baht a month. So I am going to add that into Jack's budget. It's about 120 US dollars a month. And again, from what I'm being told by everyone that is in his peer group, his age group, that's right around what is making the guys more than happy to be in Hua Hin. Now, along with that, I do want to mention this. I did, again, get to talk to a couple of guys that do have relationships, full-time girlfriends that actually live with them. They've been together for several years. No, it's not your typical Thai relationship where they're paying someone to be with them. Hua Hin, guys, I'm going to tell you something, is not like that at all. It's not Pattaya, it's not Phuket. It is a retirement haven. And what these guys are telling me, you typically have to double your budget. Regardless, you're going to double your budget. And you're not going to have a full-time girlfriend on a 40,000 baht budget. You're looking at right around 60 to 80,000. If you are, just living the same type of life that Jack's living, only with a full-time girlfriend, you're going to have to double your budget. So there we go, guys. Again, as I said in the very beginning, Jack has a 40,000 baht a month budget, which is 1,200 US dollars. And I want to ask you this. Did he have a good month? Because I certainly think that he did. I will say this much. When I get to be 69 years old, hopefully I make it to 69, I would love to live Jack's life. I understand that when I get there, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. But still, I think he had an incredible month. Toss in the companionship that, again, guys at that age are telling me that this is what they're looking for. The fact that he did get to go on a vacation. He has a really nice condo. He's eating incredibly healthy. Please keep in mind, again, like I said, a lot of people go on about how unhealthy the food is here. Jack eats one of the healthiest, most balanced diets. Yes, he allows himself a treat every once in a while. He doesn't have a booze budget. 200 baht to me, that's not a budget. That's, again, that's an hour for me. But I think he is living a fantastic life. Did he spend his 40,000 baht? No, he didn't. That's the crazy thing about it. All of that stuff he did, including the trip that him and I took away, which we had a fantastic time. Plus, we were out at the night markets every night. He was enjoying himself, doing this, doing that, going on motorcycle tours with his friends, his groups. 37,072 baht is all he spent for the entire month. That, guys, is 1,112 US dollars. He's 90 bucks, almost $100 below his $1,200 budget. I think it's fantastic. Again, he's not one of these crypto kings up in Bangkok living the crazy party lifestyle. He's not down on Phuket, going to Bangla Road every single night. He's a 69-year-old retired guy living the absolute dream life. And again, all of his friends back in North America are so jealous of him. They come and they visit him once in a while because they cannot believe what they can do here for their money, the fun that they can have. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. He's living an incredible life on 40,000 baht a month. And that's Hua Hin. Hua Hin is a spot for someone like Jack. I'm going to tell you this much. I am doing a video here in the next couple of days. I wanted to release it last weekend. I got really, really sick, guys, and wasn't able to finish the video. But I'm doing a video telling you who I think Hua Hin is perfect for and why I'm just not ready to make the commitment to jump to Hua Hin to live there full time. Someday I will. I'm just not there at the moment. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I will put some links in the description below for properties here, different things to do, really fun places to see. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. Hua Hin, it is absolutely fantastic. And you can live an incredible life here on such a limited budget. It is insane. Anyways, guys, till next time. Live your best life. If you're not living your best life, find out what you need to do today to get living it. Because again, in the end, you only have one. And anything less than the best, you know it. Till next time, guys. Cheers.